All right. Hello. We are continuing. This morning, Ray looks a little down. It's noticeable since she's usually so cheerful.
Good morning, Evelyn. There are lemon bars in the kitchen.
Ooh, lemon bars.
Thanks. Did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing big. Apparently some famous writer I never heard of wrote an essay about how Eliza is bad because it represents the mechanization of humanity or something. I should be used to it. We're a pretty big target, right? Still, it gets on my nerves. We work hard to build something with value, and then some self-styled intellectual gadfly comes along and just goes, actually, that's bad. You guys are ruining society. To guys like him, everything's a doom and gloom scenario. The people we're helping, that somehow doesn't count. This kind of thinking never bothers you?
I guess I'll have to read it.
I guess I'll have to read it.
There was this quote from someone who worked on Eliza who turned into a big critic. Nora something.
Oh.
Did you work with her?
I won't say that. I'll just say that we...
Oh, yeah. We worked pretty closely.
Yeah? What's she like? I'm curious how you go from building something to turning around and disparaging it publicly like that.
She's an artist and musician now. She used to be really shy and reserved, but lately she's become a lot more outgoing. Even back then, though, she had a pretty strong idea of what was right and what was wrong, and sometimes she'd clash with management. She left Skanda at some point after I did. Maybe the battles took their toll, or she wasn't able to win enough of them. These days, she focuses on electronic art and music and activism. I think she's pretty popular, at least in those circles.
Well, it must be nice to have the ability to live that way.
Right.
What about Damien? Do you think it would be fair to his memory to abandon work on Eliza, to give up on his dream? Wouldn't he want these mental health tools accessible to everyone?
How do you know about that?
The other day, I was looking at more of your papers, the ones from when you were at the university, and clicking on the links to your co-author sites. That's when I saw Damien's page. It didn't have much information on it, but I understand a little better why I'm sorry, Evelyn. It's just that all of us, you and me and Damien and even Nora, too, we all worked hard to make something with the intention of making the world a better place. And the thanks we get is people talking in big generalizations about how we're ruining everything. That's what bothers me. Is Eliza perfect? No. No intervention is perfect. But we have to try, don't we? The world is in a full-on mental health crisis, and this is one of the tools we have in our toolkit to address it. A promising one we should develop to its fullest potential. I'm not some wild-eyed idealist about this. I know it's not magic that'll solve everything. But can you see that most people don't have the luxury of turning their backs to the system? Think about the clients you've met as a proxy. Would you tell them to not take the medications that help them be functional because the pharmaceutical industry has questionable ethics sometimes? Would you tell them to stop coming to therapy because what they should really be doing is completely changing the way our society is structured?
Go off, Ray.
I'd rather do something that can help people here and now, even if it ends up being a small step.
A small step.
For some reason, those words echo in my head. A small step.
Eliza helped me, you know. It really did. I was one of the first clients. Originally, I was just supposed to be testing it, but I remember once I was talking about my brother and how much anguish he was causing me and my family. And listening to myself, I realized just how many expectations we had for him. Sometimes unspoken expectations. Ever since then, I've been thinking about that. How the story was always about how he failed us. But what if we failed my brother too? I guess what I mean is, sometimes when we talk out loud and give voice to our problems, we can hear ourselves too. That's why I won't give up on this approach, no matter what anyone says. Pundits, critics, former employees, even you, Evelyn. I'll understand if you don't want to work on Eliza anymore for whatever reason, but I think what you created has value. And I'm going to continue to do what I can to make it accessible to those who might benefit from it.
Ray takes a deep breath and smiles.
Don't mind me. You should get to your session.
By now, I am slightly late for the next session. Hopefully the client doesn't mind. Well, hopefully that doesn't affect our rating, is all I gotta say.
Hello, Holliday. It's nice to see you again.
This is a pretty comfortable chair, you know
That's
that?
good.
Wouldn't mind having a chair like this in my place.
How have you been since our last session?
Oh, well, I tried, Eliza. I tried. I asked about the medication for Panza, whatever it's called. I went to the pharmacy and they said, that'll be $162. And I said, I don't have $162. I said, is there a generic? And they said, there's no generic of this, but there's another drug that they do make the generic of that's similar to this one. But I don't have a prescription for that. Do you know anything about that?
I'm sorry to hear you had a difficult
She's not
time.
insurance.
Is there something that would make it better?
The medical procedures they can do now are out of this world, you know that? I was talking to someone who told me she has wires in her brain. Wires in her brain. Would you let them do that? I'd be worried about them changing the way I think. It's for essential tremors. That's what she said. It helps her not shake so much. There's always something gets you. Did you ever think about what you might have been in a previous life? I know you're a therapist now, but maybe in the past you were a gardener tending to the plants. That's what it feels like to me. You like to let things grow. There's an energy there. It isn't so different from having a conversation with someone whose company you enjoy. Not that I believe in all that, you know. Everyone has got a different philosophy. That's not something
I think she
talk
just
about
needs
much.
someone to talk to.
I'd like to write a book one day. A book about things I've seen over the years. Think anyone would read a book I wrote? I'm just kidding. I don't think I could write a book. It's a lot of work. Plus, it takes a certain kind of mind, you know, a mind to create. Not everyone is dedicated enough to do that, you know? There's a writer who lives on my floor. Most of the time, he looks miserable. Sometimes he comes over for a cup of herbal tea, cinnamon, apple, chamomile, helps him calm down. I think he's maybe lived in the building the longest after me, of course. He doesn't say much. His head is in the clouds all the time. He's always thinking about what sentence to write next. There's not a lot of people who really want to talk, you know? Not in this city, nope. People say hello and move on. It's a very withdrawn set here. You don't say much either, but I like talking to you. Feels like you're listening to me. I like that. I like that.
I'm glad you like it. While you're here, is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
There was a man on the bus with a guitar yesterday. You're not supposed to play guitar on the bus. Well, you're not supposed to play anything on the bus, but he was. Maybe the operator didn't think he was bothering anyone, or maybe she didn't care. I've noticed more bus operators seem like they don't care anymore lately. Anyway, it reminded me. You used to hear more music around here. Do you remember that? People playing their guitars on the street. You know, these shaggy-looking men. I don't see too many of those around anymore. There is one gentleman has an old plastic jug on a strap, and he drums on that and sings. He's a nice man. I've seen him around. I saw another man once with beads in his hair. He was playing a flute, a Native American
Beads
wooden
in his
flute.
hair?
That was interesting. You play an instrument or anything like that?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
When I was young, my mother had this idea I would play the violin.
I play the violin.
I have no idea where she got that notion. We weren't a musical family, not at all. I tried it for a while, but of course it didn't work out. The teacher would say, okay, here's how it's supposed to go. And she would play this nice, beautiful melody. La da dee da da da. Okay, now you try it. And then I'd draw my bow back and I'd go. It takes a special talent to make a violin sound like that, don't you think? Isn't that just the funniest thing? Eventually, my mother realized it was a lost cause and she didn't push me too hard on it after that. I was never too good at anything artistic, just not the artistic type, you know? I think artists have a different mind. You have to be a little wacky in the head.
I've heard that.
Do you ever wish that you could be an artist?
No, I have enough trouble already.
Holliday, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Dolphin Smiles.
Dolphins.
It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone.
Oh, my phone broke. I forgot to mention. The screen is cracked and you can't see much on it anymore. I don't know if it would work anyway. A lot of the new stuff doesn't.
That's okay. You can also access the program from a desktop computer. Simply log into the Skanda Wellness portal from the website.
Oh, well, then I'll just have to go down to the library at some point.
We hope to see you back soon, Holliday. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Right. Goodbye. Goodbye for now. Take care of yourself. It's a strange world out there.
Okay. No rating given. No tip given. What? Excuse me? Is it even possible? It looks like I have another transparency mode lined up. Wait a second. This is for who I just saw. Did she agree to participate at some point? I hope she understood what she was allowing. Oh. That is weird. But I thought her phone was broken. Okay. How about this? Hello from Seattle. Who's this? It's me, Holliday. Oh, how are you? I'm out of money, probably getting kicked out soon and nowhere to go. You wouldn't have it in your heart to help an old friend, would you? I'm here. Are you? I don't see you. I'm by the statue. Which statue? Looks like a lady. There are a lot of statues that look like a lady. It's a cemetery. Wait, I see you. Okay. Start all the way at the bottom. Welcome. Your general practitioner has added information about your health to the personalized health information management console powered by My Health Steward Patient Portal. Please visit blah, blah, blah. Okay. My Health Steward. Some kind of health portal. Okay. Electricity bill. Ooh. That's a lot of money. Uh-oh. Rosewater Hotel and Casino. Ooh, you get a special deal for being a senior. Damn, I'm sorry, Mom. We are really struggling ourselves. Damn. Well, this looks like an ad. Ooh, late rent. Ooh. Huh. So this is the email. So I guess they did ask her if she wanted that transparency mode. It's just weird that it wasn't mentioned. All right. Overall, Holliday is struggling. I probably agree with that. Tempting to get out of debt. Sure. Her efforts to get out of debt are unsuccessful. Yeah, I'd say so. Oh.
Hey, Ray, the transparency mode I just did, I think one of our clients is in a really bad situation right now.
Oh? Yeah, sometimes that happens. People come in and their lives are in a really unfortunate place. It can be hard to see sometimes.
Wish there was something we could
I wish there was something we could do. This person's getting ground down for no reason, just for being in the way.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. There's not much we can do. All of what you learn in transparency mode has to stay confidential. The only exception is suspected child abuse and neglect, which you're required to report if you're a social worker. But proxies aren't really social workers, per se. Eliza is really the one with the agency here, so, well, it's complicated. Probably something for a future court to decide. Either way, we can't try to fix people's lives on our own, no matter how much our heart goes out to them. I think there's an email somewhere with a summary of our policy on that if you want. It's come up before.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. It's just hitting me hard right now.
I understand. It takes strength to focus on the role and not get distracted by what you see. Think of it like, say someone hired you to install something in their home, and you walk in on a tense family situation. Even if there isn't actual violence you're seeing, it's clear things are kind of off somehow. It's unfortunate, but there's not much you can do in that situation. You kind of just have to focus on your work and leave. If it's not at the level where you need to make a call to emergency services right then and there, then it's just an unhappy home. And most people would argue it's not your business. Sorry, I know that's not the answer you want to hear.
I know it happens that a lot of people live in conditions where I'm just sad. This woman, the way she did 2 whole sessions with me, with Eliza, but didn't say anything about her real problems. Ray, what am I doing? I wanted to make something that would help people. Instead, I made something useless.
You don't think she got some companionship out of Eliza? Sometimes that's really a help, especially for someone who might be feeling lonely.
Yeah, but I could have just talked to her. I could have just spoken to her myself. Why would that be any different?
Everything is so overwhelming. Why am I here in this world?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here or even what I'm trying to decide. Is there a decision? The world is going to be full of grief and sorrow no matter what I do, no matter how hard I try to make it a better place.
Evelyn, did you think about what I suggested the other day?
What, trying Eliza for myself?
Yeah. I'm not saying it'll magically fix things. I just think you might want to give it a try.
Maybe I will. I don't know why I never did. Even when I was working on it, I never used it. It might have been too obvious to me what it was doing. Eliza is really simple at its core, you know? It just turns things around. It tries to reflect what the person says back at them, pretty much like the old Eliza. It's just a smoother version of an idea from half a century ago. Anything you've read that makes it sound fancier than that is just a bunch of academic jargon. It's a mirror.
The thing I like about a mirror is that it has no agenda of its own. It just reflects.
Ray gets a distant look in her eye.
Unmisted by love or dislike.
She turns back to me, a small but kind smile on her face.
Promise me you'll get help somehow, in some way. Okay, Evelyn?
Maybe.
Sorry, I should answer this.
So what do you think of transparency mode? I was given access rather fast. Sometimes the system makes interesting decisions. Perhaps it knows to trust you implicitly. Oh my God. Have you noticed how powerful it is? Eliza is now capable of rapidly analyzing the contents of a single device and accurately inferring the overall life situation of its owner. It will only improve from there, and as we add more sources, more patterns to tease out the connections between them all, it turns out anything is possible with enough data. And you sure seem to have quite a lot, sir. Let me amend my previous statement. Anything is possible with enough high-quality data. There's an unlimited quantity of uninteresting information, but a small amount of certain specific data can be almost incalculable value. Telling one from the other is the difficult part, don't you think? There's one more thing I'd like you to see. After that, I'll meet with you in person again. Okay.
Let me guess. Messaging with
He's
Rainer
my
again?
best friend. Jealous, Ray?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt our conversation. I always feel like I have to answer him right away.
I would too. Are you kidding? I totally understand.
I guess I'm going to be headed downtown to meet with him again.
Summoned from on high. I have something to ask, Evelyn, and it's okay if you say no, but whatever you end up getting involved in, I hope you'll stay in touch with me. You're a really cool person, and Well, that's all. I hope you find the future you want.
Me too, Ray. I really hope I do.
Ray nods but doesn't say anything. I notice her eyes are starting to become watery. She turns away abruptly, heading back toward her office. Hope I didn't upset her somehow. Okay, let me just check the getting mail. Well, who knew this guy was such a pompous ass? He spends like 3 times more space talking about himself than me or my ideas. Haha. This must be the article that Ray was talking about. That just a lot. That was kind of, shitting on it. What? What? There was some kind of breach? A little while ago, we sent you an email, subject, how are you doing? And then we asked you some questions about your recent experience. We use an external subcontractor to collect and process that data. Unfortunately, we were recently notified that the subcontractor experienced a data breach and an external attacker managed to get unauthorized access to the survey responses and downloaded them. Your responses and email addresses may have been part of the data downloaded by the attacker. While we do not believe this data is sensitive on its own, we recommend taking the opportunity to check your accounts for any signs of identity theft. Oh my god. Anyway, but they said it was fixed. I wonder if it was that guy. I'm guessing that guy that wrote the article somehow, and maybe with Nora's help, who knows, but somehow got the feedback that people gave in that survey to write the article. Oh boy, here goes Soren. Aponia? Oh. The new Seattle startup helmed by Dr. Soren Lloyd Rose. Yeah, so this is about he's going to be revealing new details soon. Oh. Rainer would like to speak to you again. I have scheduled a meeting for 4:35 p.m. today. As before, a car will come pick you up. All right. Anything else? I wish I had known more about her situation beforehand. Not that I could have changed anything. Something to see before I go to headquarters again. I wonder what Rainer was talking about. Maybe future Eliza counseling centers could point struggling people to community resources. Local rent assistance programs, things like that. There has to be something we can do. Maybe if you were working on Eliza, you could continue to make it better. Looks like I have one more transparency mode to do today. Oh, really? I'll get that out of the way before I meet with Rainer again. Alrighty. Soren? Whoa, excuse me? What? 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 Huh? So confused. Your show was great, just wanted to say. Hi, Soren, thanks. Had a wild night? Not the wildest night I've ever had, but up there, definitely feeling pain in muscles I didn't know I had. Yeah, we are getting older. Oh, that's not fair at all. I'm far older than you. Besides, you looked fantastic. Your beauty has only grown since the days we've worked together. Sorry if that's inappropriate. He's not sorry, by the way. Well, Soren, Frailer than I used to be, but the fire's never gone out. Still need to get out and do something bacchanalian from time to time. Yeah, I was a little surprised to see you there. I convinced Evelyn to come too, you know. Don't think she would have gone otherwise. Aw, thanks. You're welcome. I know you fancy her. Don't you? I sure do. Everyone likes Evelyn. See, this is awkward. It's someone you know. Does he know that she's... I don't remember if he knows that she's like an Eliza, basically. I think there should be rules if you know somebody. Like, maybe you don't get to see their personal information. Like, that is so awkward. Oh my god, I can't get over that. I miss you. I know you don't miss me. Aw, that's not true. I know not to trust words like that. Then why say anything? Because it's true. I miss you. I want to see you again. Well, you know how to find me. Yeah, I know. I'll schedule something soon. I can't believe I do this. Sometimes I hate myself so much. He did not reply, which was probably for the best. Hey, what are you up to? I've always really admired you. I never told you that, but it's true. You work with Rainer and put up with them every day. That takes a lot of work. I know. Your talents are wasted in that job. You deserve much more. Hi, Soren. Are you drunk? Haha, maybe. I'm not lying, though. Don't you want more in life than to be someone's secretary? So this is his secretary. I think I did know that. You're intelligent. Rainer is not exactly easy boss to work with. I'm sure you know that. I sure do. Let me take you out sometime. We can trade stories. War stories. I know you have a reputation, but that's what with people I don't respect. I respect you. That is different. Ask me again when you're sober. Okay, I will. All right. Oh my god. You around? So you're ignoring me. Look, I'm sorry, okay? I've been under a lot of stress. These business fucks are driving me crazy. Should have realized they just grind you down. She does not give a fuck. Let's see. This is about his alcohol. I don't know what Wellsprings Ventures are. Soren, the problem here is that some of you don't think it impairs you. You've clearly demonstrated to us that whatever your process is working and operating great results. What we're concerned with is optics, really. How would it look to those on the outside if we were to become known that there's a drinking culture or something similar at Aponia? You know as well as we do how rumors and hearsay can spread out of control and ignite a firestorm on social media, which is something we are keen to avoid. I hear you about responsible use of alcohol and also about how most antidepressants don't even come close into terms of their media action. Believe me, I've been there myself. What Walter and I are saying is that it's simply to be careful, to not be so cavalier about this kind of thing, and not only to the public sphere, but in front of your new hires as well. This is like a partner. Who is this person? Who is Anya? We can do this one or two ways. We can either work together, as you suggest, and stay professional colleagues forever. I have my doubts. Or we can simply go our separate ways. Maybe something came between them, and then they're like, and it shouldn't have done anything together because they worked together, so that's bad. Anyway, there are plenty of spaces for us to carve out our space of our own in this industry without running into each other. I'm laying this out as a clear binary choice. All right. No, Dad, just no. You're supposed to be the genius who developed all of these great applications for mental health. Have you ever considered you might need a therapist yourself? Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe he's using Eliza as a therapist. Apparently, because he's doing this. Senior account manager at Limestone PR. Huh. I understand you had some concerns about the way your interview went on MSNBC last week. It's funny that that's still a thing in this world. Basically, the end goal will be for you to be able to trust us to manage your media profile and appearances so that you can concentrate on the hard work involved in being the brilliant, celebrated scientist and entrepreneur that you are. Hoping to hear back soon. Hi, Dark Horse. Who? Is that his username on some weird website? Most people come to the seminar where they partner in the order to blah, 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 blah. Arrangements consider a 3-person group where there are 2 riggers to take. What is this? What is this? What is this? I recommend at least 2 ropes and 1 30-inch in order to complete all the tiers we demonstrate. What? What is this? Is this bondage? Did that take me too long to realize? Because I kind of skimmed and I missed certain sentences that were important. I missed the sentence that said, there's a big difference between watching the ties being done and practicing them on a real person. It's like one of those kinky websites. I see. That's why his name is Dark Horse. I knew it was from a weird website. I mean, not weird. Teach your own. You do you. Obviously. Interesting. We learned a little bit too much information. Definitely don't want to see that. Okay. I gotta click on everything. Is that a fashion label? Ratings and tasting notes. Anyway. Okay. Overall, he's unhappy. I agree. Tempting to connect with others. Yes. They are unsuccessful. Kinda, yeah. I have yet to disagree with one. This isn't a coincidence. It can't be. I thought that you could only see the people that are going to you personally. I didn't know you could just see whoever's transparency mode. That is really weird. I don't know. It's just a little bit strange, but we're going to leave it there for now. The next one will be us going to meet Rainer, but I think Rainer has something to do with the fact that we saw Soren's profile and everything, because I think that's a little bit odd, and I'm surprised that she didn't think it was even more odd than it was, because unless I'm wrong, and then the transparency mode really doesn't have to be your own patients or whatever. I don't know if you would call them patients. But, yeah, I just didn't think that, how could it, there's definitely something up with that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next one. Bye-bye.